everybody, so I'm just going to apologize really quickly for the sound of my voice because I've been sick, but I'm not going to dwell on that. Anyway, this is an intro for one of 2 full year project pans that I'm going to be doing this year. This is a finish 17 in 2017, and this one is called Let's Do Textures. So this is a collab, and it was created by a dear friend of mine, Claire, better known as Crimson Feather, here on YouTube. I know her pretty well thanks to Makeup Rehab on Reddit, and her friendship has meant so much to me, so when she asked me to do this, I absolutely had to. So there are a few other people participating in this as well. Lauren May Beauty, the makeup artist of my heart, Lorraine from Elleness Beauty, who is just an absolute project pan queen, Veronica Shares, who is new to me, but I'm looking forward to getting to know better because of this collab. That's one of the great things about it. And In Rose Productions is doing this as well. She's not a YouTuber, but I just wanted to give her a really quick shout out because she's given me a lot of really good feedback over the last couple of months, and I know she's doing this project too, so I just wanted to give her a little shout out. So that's all I know of right now, and I will have everyone's channels linked down below in my description box, so please do go check them out. But anyway, this project really appealed to me because Claire chose 17 categories, and she chose various textures like leather and lace and silk, and there was no limit to what you could choose. You could be literal, like with the product itself or the shade name, or you could 6 degrees of separation it. Claire actually referenced 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon in her video, but 6 Degrees of Separation is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I'm just gonna stick with that one. So I made some literal and some, shall we say, liberal choices. So let's begin. So the first category is paper, and so I chose this little Coastal Scents Reveal 3D palette sampler. This is called Desert Bloom, and it's got 4 shadows from the Revealed 3 eyeshadow palette. This is something I think I got in a Birchbox. I think it was a Birchbox. Mine arrived broken, and to be completely honest, I haven't really touched it since then. So there's 4 shades in this: a brown, a gold, a burgundy, and a soft purple that looks like it has some micro glitter in it. And so I chose this for paper because it came in this little paper cardboard packaging. So we'll see how I do with this one. Really, I just want to try it out, see what it's like. I'm not necessarily aiming to finish it, but if I can like hit pan on some of them, we'll see. I'm not opposed to decluttering in any of these challenges either. I'm not going to fight with products that I don't love. So if I end up not loving something within a short amount of time, I will declutter it and replace it with something else. But once a certain amount of time has passed, I won't be replacing things in a project. Anyway, I can get more into detail with that in later updates. The next category is cotton, and I chose this MAC Pigment from a holiday set from a couple of years ago. This is in Warm Snow, but there's something about it that just reminds me of cotton because it's so light and fluffy, and it's pretty much full. I think I've only used this a couple of times, but this is such a universal shade for me. I feel like I can use it as a highlight, like on my face. I can use it as an inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight. I can put it all over my lid. So we'll see how far I can get with this. I thought because this is a full year challenge, this would be a good time to put a pigment in and see really how much use I can get out of one of these things. The next category is leather, and I went with a pretty obvious choice. One of the Maybelline color tattoos, one of the leather ones. This is in Creamy Beige, and this is barely touched as well. So I figured, why not? We'll give it a shot. We'll try it. The next category is fruit or flowers, and I chose this mini Fresh Sugar Rose lip balm. The next category is wood, and I chose this Benefit eye cream, and it's potent because the lid really reminds me of wood. There are a couple of products in here that are non-makeup, but that was my plan for my project pans for 2017, were to throw in a few non-makeup products because I'm working on so many challenges that if I just did strictly makeup project pans, I would be too overwhelmed. So there's just a couple of things in here, and hopefully you guys are okay with that. The next category is sugar or iron, and I chose this mini Lit Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Base because it reminds me of liquid sugar. So there's not a whole lot in here. I did mark it, and any product that I could mark, I did try and mark it. I got this with a set I got at IMATS, and I've used it a few times, but I don't know, I've had a really hard time finding a glitter base that really works for me. The next category is wool / copper, and you'll have to bear with me on this one. So when I first saw that category and I thought of wool, I thought of a Buxom lip gloss in Dolly, because Dolly was the sheep that was cloned and wool, and I know that's just where my mind went. And it turns out I actually decluttered my Dolly lip gloss. I thought I had it, but I was sort of stuck on that and I couldn't think of something else. And I was kind of thinking like, okay, well, Dolly and Dolly Parton, is there any connections I can draw there? And I went, no, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with what I originally thought, which was a lip gloss, and I really want to try and use these more or get rid of them, because you guys, if you saw my lip gloss declutter, you'll know I got rid of a ton, but I still have a ton. And I made a promise to myself to use some. So I just picked one that I thought I might be able to get some use out of, and this is a Lavender Cosmo, very pretty pale lavender shade. So the concept is there, it's just not the same product. The next category is bronze / pottery, and I chose this double-ended eyeshadow crayon from Jane Iredale. This is called Double Dazzle, and it says it's a highlighter pencil, but I mean, I really wouldn't use these shades as highlighters. One is gold and one is more of that bronzy sort of shade, and together I feel like they work really well. And I didn't want to have too many eyeshadow crayons that I was working on because it's really hard to work on these. Plus I have the color tattoo, but I thought that these two, I feel like I could pair pretty well with some of the shadows that I'm working on this year. The next category is Pottery / Willow, and here's where things start to get a little weird. I definitely went a little off the deep end with picking the next few products in the next few categories. So for Pottery Willow, I chose the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Original, and my reasoning for this is really weird. Okay, so when I hear the word Willow, my head automatically starts to play the Stevie Nicks song Stand Back from the Wildheart album. And it's because there's a line in that song that's like a willow I can bend. Like a willow I can bend. And there's something about, I don't know why, I just associate Willow with that song and it starts to play. And then I start to hear a Little Red Corvette because Stevie actually wrote Stand Back after hearing Little Red Corvette for Prince, and Prince played on Stand Back secretly. The more you know, because she actually called Prince up and was like, oh hey, by the way, I'm gonna go record this song that's pretty much plagiarizing yours. And he decided to come by the studio and totally supported the song and played, I think it was keyboards on it, and yeah. And so that's where my mind went, and that's why I chose something purple for Prince. May he rest in peace. And I just, yeah, I know it's weird, but that's where I went. This is a product that I use pretty much every day too, so I figured it was good to have a product in here that I really love and I use consistently already. The next category is tin / aluminum, and still things are weird. I have the Physicians Formula Happy Booster Bronzer, which contains a bunch of these little hearts. They're these little bronze sort of shimmery heart things. And why for tin / aluminum? Because I thought of the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, who needs a heart. You guys are learning a lot about me because of this, I think. And yeah, that's where my mind went, and I decided that I would throw these in here because I really haven't used them that much. And they're cool. I'm a sucker for things like this that's like, oh, they're different shapes and you must swirl your brush in there. And I don't think it's going to be possible for me to finish this whole thing, but if I can use up a little bit of it anyway, I'll be happy with that. So are you still with me? I have one more that's a little weird, and that's for the category Steel, and I chose a blue eyeliner. This is Binge from Urban Decay, Blue Steel. Do I need to say anything more? I don't even think I can do the face, but You know or you don't know, and if you don't know, go watch Zoolander and you will know. So I like the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliners. This was formerly a full-size one. I don't wear a whole lot of blue stuff, but I thought that I would give it another shot. I don't know, I just wanted to have fun with this challenge, really. Okay, we're back where things make more sense now. For silk/linen, I chose this little sample size of the Guerlain Meteorites Perfecting Pearl Primer. It's because it makes my face feel like silk. The next category is lace, and I chose a ColourPop eyeshadow because in their original state, they have that really pretty lace pattern on it. This is the shadow Crimper, and my shadow is actually broken. I had an order, my last ColourPop eyeshadow order that I placed last year. I had a bunch of shadows arrive broken, which was really disappointing. So anyway, this is a really pretty gold shade. It's going to be hard to show you guys because it's falling apart basically, and that's why I want to use it, and I don't think it'll take too long to use up because as you can kind of see, there's really not a whole lot to ColourPop shadows, but you get just enough out of it that you can really have fun and play around with different colors, and this is a really pretty soft gold shade that I think will go with a lot of other eyeshadows as well. The next category is ivory, and I went old school with this one. I chose a foundation. This is a CoverGirl foundation. It's the True Blend, and it is in the shade Classic Ivory. Next we have the category Crystal, and I went pretty straightforward with that as well. I have this L'Oreal shampoo. It is called Nutri Shimmer Crystal Shampoo. So that's why I chose this one. It's a really pretty looking shampoo that has a lot of these like little floating suspended crystals in here. As you can see, I've only used it a couple of times, and I found this when I was going through what was left of my hair product stash, and I figured, you know what, this is perfect because it actually has crystal right in the name, and I need to use it up, and maybe I'll like it. I don't know. I don't remember why I stopped using it. It was probably one of those like spur of the moment kind of purchases where I didn't really think about it, but we'll see. It's supposed to give crystal shine and a feather-light touch, and it's for long, dull, normal to fine hair, and that's like exactly what my hair is, so we'll see. Alright, so we're getting near the end here. The next category is wax, and I chose the Crazy Rumors Spice Chai Lip Balm. This was in a previous project that I was working on, and I figured now is the perfect time to work on it more. There's actually not a whole lot left. I wound it all the way up, so I think this is definitely doable. And the last category is shells, and again I went literal. So I have the Lime Crime Venus palette here, and there's a shade in this palette called Shell, and that's why I chose it. My goal is to hit pan on this shadow. I feel like I will also put this palette in my Project Pan Porn at some point as well, and I've been really drawn to these like pink peachy eyeshadows lately, and that's why I thought that I would probably have no problem using this enough to hit pan on it over the course of the year. So that is everything for this project, for this intro. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Make sure to go check out the other people who are participating in this collab as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope I will see you in my next video. Bye.